We are doing something so crazy, so random, but seemingly somehow still so us. We're getting married tomorrow. You might recognize the hotel behind me. This is Hotel Congress in Tucson, Arizona. It is iconic, and they were very influential in this decision. And I want to show you how we got here. Viva Las Vegas in Tucson, Arizona. Our morning started off pretty normal. We just wrapped up filming the rest of our Tucson video, and Hotel Congress was supposed to be our last stop. The plan was simple. Sit down with someone who works here, maybe do a quick walkthrough, learn a little bit about the history of this place. This hotel has got some wild stories. Seriously, look it up. But instead of a quick chat with a staff member, we were greeted by the owner himself. This is Richard, the guy who's been in charge of this historic 107-year-old hotel.
And then it's just people, if you get it, you're just attracted here like a magnet. I came to Tucson in the 60s. If you wanted anything, you came downtown. In 1934, the Dillinger gang was hiding out in Tucson. They had just done a string of robberies in the Midwest. And there was a fire. It started in the basement, burned the place. Everybody was out. A couple of guys, gangster guys, were saying to the firemen, I'll give you $20, which is like probably a $500 bill. Bring our bags down. And they went up to find their bags. And the bags were full of machine guns and pistols and cash. And the next day, one of the firefighters recognized one of the people on the cover of True Detective magazine, and they set little traps all over town to catch him. If you go down the hallway before you're done, you'll see pictures of the Dillinger capture, you'll see the fire. The hotel was rebuilt without the third floor. And is it time to take a little tour or what?
FYI, Richard is very proud of this hotel.
From Bo Diddley to Wanda Jackson to Nirvana has performed here on the way up or on the way down. The longest continually operated alternative music venue west of the Mississippi River.
Amazing.
And this bar was the longest bar in Arizona. I'm going to show you the tap room. It was the first bar after Prohibition to order in Tucson. And the tap room was renamed Tiger's Tap Room. And Tiger was a tiny, diminutive man, wonderful, wonderful man. That was what he would wear. His last couple years was given to him. Tiger worked here for 56 years, and that's pictures of Tiger right there. He's reading a paper in one picture, he's standing in front of the tap room in the other.
I turn around, I see this guy that just came in had his hands on this lady's breast. I dropped my beer and I come over, I said, Mister, there's two doors. There's one there and there's one there. And I suggest you get out, and I mean now. Well, he could have pumped me with one hand, but my boss said, go get him, Tiger. And moral of the story is, any single lady or any lady coming in this bar is not going to be bothered. That's the story.
Marry Me Congress is kind of a revival and a reworking of an event that we used to do. Saturday, we're turning it into Las Vegas. So the idea behind Marry Me Congress this time around is, you're having a really fun time in Las Vegas. It's a rock and roll wedding. Let's just get married. So you go to the chapel, you get married by Elvis. And
this is Elvis, by the way.
And I also am Elvis, yes. And my occupation is entertainment director. You wear a lot of hats. And sometimes you wear an Elvis costume. Sometimes, you become Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where this place is really, just this giant mix of eras. It's a mix of culture. It's a mix of people all the time. And that's the spirit of the Hotel Congress.
See, doesn't that sound kind of cool? Well, the hotel crew did some more convincing, and I'm air quoting the word convincing right now because it didn't take much. But next up, we meet with Arthur.
I'm Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Nice to meet you.
So the Century Room opened in 2022, and we host over 500 bands a year. All my records are here. And
What are some of your favorites?
favorite records? Oh, well, I have an original pressing of an album called Basra by Pete LaRocca, great drummer. That's a Blue Note record that was given to me by my friend Rich Perry. And so we have that here, and we spin it a lot. Yeah, and then I'm a drummer, so I play here a lot. So I'm playing tonight with Alyssa Allgood. And I'll be playing on Monday night, too, with the big band, the Century Jazz Orchestra.
Oh, that's amazing. What would you describe like the music scene like in Tucson? Just because I could be ignorant to it, but when I think music cities, Tucson doesn't pop in my mind. So is there like a big maybe resurgence, or has it always had a
Yeah, well, the Tucson music scene has always been unique. You know, the desert rock sound kind of came up in the 80s and 90s with Calexico and Giant Sand and Sidewinders, bands like that. The jazz scene has always been here. There have been some great jazz musicians that have come from Tucson, like Brian Bromberg, Bryce Winston, my Uncle Bill.
Yeah.
And recently, the jazz scene has really blossomed in Tucson, in large part because of the Century Room being a home for it, but also the University of Arizona Jazz program is really strong, and the Tucson Jazz Institute is a great program for high school age kids getting into the music. So there's a lot of great jazz musicians in Tucson. All these records we play all the time, but then I have framed in the back here, I have an original pressing of Louis Armstrong's West End Blues, which is like one of, if not the most famous and important jazz recording of all time. This is Louis Armstrong. This is our little shrine to Pops. But yeah, this is an original pressing of
And
West
you
End
had
Blues.
that already?
This was a gift. When I opened the space, a friend of mine said, you know what, you should have this. But yeah, if you guys don't have plans tonight, you should come down. We do 2 shows, 6:30, 8:30.
Cool. Okay.
We're trying to get them to get married tomorrow.
No, I'm honestly, we don't have our license though. Guys, I was reading the website. I was like, okay, what do we need?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You don't need your license.
I don't need your
You just get
license. It could be
married.
like a play one.
Yeah.
We could do a.
We could video you and put you on
Or
YouTube.
ordained.
I'm so
I
not
am
opposed.
ordained. I could legitimately marry you, but
I'm so
you know,
not
we
opposed.
could do a certificate, you know, that's just like married at the Hotel Congress.
That
Because
would
we
be
have
awesome.
certificates.
I'm down.
I'm down.
We don't have anything
We
we
have
need.
no wedding plan. I'm like, can we just like
Well,
sign
4th
something and get
Avenue
it
is
done?
right up the street, and you
Uh-huh.
can just go get a dress.
Oh yeah, go to How Sweet It Was. They
Yeah.
have,
It's
they
all
have,
like-
wedding dresses there.
We can help you, Press. She can help you all day.
Oh my god, great. Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm
And that's how we decided to get married tomorrow.
That's
getting
hilarious.
married tomorrow.
And this is Rebecca, Richard's daughter, and she's actually the one running the place now. She took us on a tour of the rest of the hotel, including the haunted rooms.
One of the hotel rooms into a housekeeping quarters. The reason I tell you that is when they knocked down the wall, we found a letter that was dated 1934, and we had it refurbished, and we were super excited to see if it was a love story or it was where the treasure was hidden, but it's what everyone talks about in Arizona, the weather. This was Vince's room. Vince was a handyman that worked on property, and he lived here, and he would fix everything with butter knives. And so to this day, we still find butter knives all around the property. He was kind of a trickster.
Is this now a
Yeah, hotel room. Yeah. So we have a handful of rooms that are haunted rooms, and people actually request those.
how do you, is that like a filter on your booking website?
What? Oh yeah, people, and the way you'll know that it's a haunted room is these curtains, the black bees. And that was Vince, and that's what
Oh
he
my
would order
gosh.
every day. And he was a vet. I think he goes around the whole property.
Yeah.
And sleeps butter knives. I had my most experience in this room.
You did?
Yeah, I did. And we're pet friendly. I had my dog with me, and
Uh-huh.
we both had the experience. You know, I think that you have to be open
Yeah.
to wanting to be communicated with. I thought it was funny. It was a little girl. She was giggling, so it wasn't Vince himself that came to visit me. She opened the door, and I didn't think anything of it until I had conversation with other guests, like, how was your stay? And they would say, oh, there was this little girl giggling all night. And then I was like, wow, this is real. And so I came back up to the room, and I said, I know you're here. I don't mind you being here. I just don't want to be bothered. And I haven't been bothered since.
Wow.
And that was in maybe 2005.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But I don't know why, like, ghosts stay where they, no one passed away here. So I don't know why
I just love it.
they like to
Yeah.
be trapped in a hotel. This one's really fun because you get to actually have your own personal view of a concert.
Have I mentioned yet that I love this kind of stuff? Graveyards, haunted hotels. This is right up my alley. I wanted to see if we could spend the night in one of these rooms, but Tony said nope. Anyway, the best thing about this particular room isn't that it's haunted. It's that you'll always see someone dancing in the window when the music is playing on the patio.
You always look up and someone's always like,
Always somebody.
yeah, it's hilarious. I love this room.
This is like the only time I'll be able to drag Tony to a haunted hotel.
Oh, really? I'm like, let's go stay at this. Our ghosts are friendly, but if you do look on, there are comedians that do like whole, pieces about staying here and how, they're so scared and they're like, asked his wife, like, did you touch me? And she's like, no.
The third floor that's the floor that we lost in the fire.
Yeah.
But I think that the seance room itself is one of the main spaces that we were able to maintain.
Okay.
And in the past, what we used to do is we've had magicians do full seances in the room. So
These are so cool. Oh my
Go ahead, turn the
god.
light off. Or you-
And we're gonna start trying to activate this space a little bit more with more
Gorgeous.
concert events, more community events.
This is beautiful.
And the neon is directly above this. So this
Okay.
is the only room that survived the fire.
The Hotel Congress is just like a big mix.
Yeah.
It's a big mix of ideas, it's a big mix of people, and really we've done so much in terms of like what kind of things we do.
It's a historic hotel because of Dillinger being
Okay.
captured here. Even though people look at Dillinger like a bank robber and we kind of think of him as a Robin Hood because he kept this property here.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We wish he would have left us some money.
The community here is just, it's incredibly strong.
Yeah.
Like the people who are here, I don't know, it's sometimes a bit, we're emotional about it, but it's really important that this space exists.
Okay, we've been throwing around the name John Dillinger without really explaining who he is. So here's the quick version. Dillinger was known as public enemy number 1, one of the most infamous bank robbers in US history. His story got so big, J. Edgar Hoover was even after him. We're talking 24 banks, multiple police stations, about $300,000, which, if my math is right, would equal over $7 million today. And here's where things get wild. In 1934, Dillinger and his gang were actually captured right here in Tucson. But just a few months later, he escaped prison, allegedly using a fake gun he carved himself.
When Dillinger and his gang were captured, nobody would take their case. And the first female attorney in the state of Arizona named Rose Silvers took on the case, and the gang and Dillinger didn't have a way to pay her. So at the end of the trial, she was given their car. He left his vehicle to her, and she drove it for years. And it started making a rumbling sound, so she took it into a mechanic, and they found the rumbling sound on the side panel. When they took the side panel off, they found guns and ammunition.
Oh.
She'd been driving it for years.
Gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
You leave anybody any money, huh?
No money, no money. But I did have someone exiting out of the restroom one year, and from night was like, and I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "No." She said, "That is my great uncle," and she was visiting from Iowa, and I said, "Oh," and she goes, "This has like been a secret in my family," and she called her family, and then she's like, "Do you think they left any money?" I'm like, I don't think so.
Okay, so we just had the best tour of this Hotel Congress. It is the coolest space. I was telling them upstairs in the seance room that you can tell it was built by artists because it doesn't feel like some big corporation came in and tried to make it hip and trendy. It just is, and that's the testament to artists coming together to make a space. But tomorrow, because they put on a lot of really cool events, tonight they're putting on a Valentine's Day event. Tomorrow they're marrying 7 couples by Elvis, but now it's 8 couples by Elvis because we're gonna get married tomorrow. It was not a hard sell because I did not want to plan a wedding. I was like, I don't care. Let's just get the paperwork done. And so they were just like, yeah, we'll put you in. Let's do it. Let's do it. And so I'm like, okay, great. So, slight change of plans. No, we did not break down. So, kind of. We went to do this interview at this historic hotel. They are going to put us up, but they're also getting 7 couples married tomorrow by Elvis. So we are now one of the 8. So if you want to come down, they said we can invite guests. So if you and Mikey want to make a trip to Tucson tomorrow night. And I'm not sure if it's real or not because they said like all the couples are bringing their licenses, but Elvis is ordained. Yeah. I don't know. The people are very excited. Yeah. Well, not wearing a dinosaur costume. There's a bunch of thrift stores that they directed me to. So we're gonna try and find something to wear. They're like, it's Tucson. You can wear whatever the fuck you want. So yeah, come down to Tucson for an impromptu Elvis wedding.
Lots of last minute things to get done in order to pull this off. Wedding outfits and rings are priority number one right now, and hopefully we can find the stuff downtown quickly and cheaply.
Ooh, this one too. That's cool. It's like interesting shape.
Yeah, that one's called the Blade.
The Blade.
We had sold out of the Killing Moon.
That kind of goes with the vibe though. This actually looks good on top. We found rings. Tony got an outfit for himself. Now let's find something to substitute for a wedding dress. All right, so I'm at Creations in Tucson. I was sick of looking. I just went up to the staff here and was like, this is what's happening. I just want something that fits. I don't care what color it is. So they're scurrying around right now, pulling me something. So hopefully I can walk away with something to wear to my wedding. Number one. That's nice. I don't know if it's a little grandma.
Show me how you do that trick, the one that makes me scream, she said, the one that makes me laugh, she said, and threw her arms around my neck. Show me how you do it, and I promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you.
Kind of fun on the bottom.
Don't let the socks throw you off.
The socks are throwing me off.
That was a lot.
I don't know how well you can hear me, but we came back to the jazz club because they put us on the list. And
That's
we
the
are
first time that has. This is the first time at a jazz club.
first time at a
And
jazz
first
club,
time I can ever say we were put on a list.
But we are very clearly the most underdressed people here, and yet we're getting VIP treatment, which is so weird.
This is why you travel and walk around without your glasses, because then you can't make these observations.
Just ran into the hotel and we were like, we want to talk to you guys, and they were like, yeah, come explore the hotel, meet the owner, come to the jazz club, meet the owner, get married. Do what you want to do, yeah. Oh, you want to come to the jazz club? We'll put you on the list. Like, this is insane.
I needed a little something to sip on to feel more relaxed before the show started. I got an old fashioned and Sarah got the promise of the earth.
Yeah, it's very adult.
Sophisticated. Not us, but I like it.
And we know nothing about jazz, but Alyssa Allgood was on stage and it felt like she opened up a whole new music avenue for us. And by the way, that's Arthur on the drums. The Century Room, by the way, is Tucson's one and only dedicated jazz club. Well, today's the day. Honestly, I did not expect to film our wedding ceremony for a YouTube video. It kind of felt a little intimate, and I figured with so much going on throughout the day, it was just gonna add a lot more to kind of film a video for our wedding. But like, how could we not share the story with you? It's so crazy. So many things had to happen and go right and just have such a chain of events that we would even agree to this. So here we are, and today, we're getting married. I can't believe we agreed to do this. This is gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Like, what a wedding story to tell people, right?
This might be the first wedding day in all of human history where the bride and groom wake up in a Planet Fitness parking lot.
in an RV in a Planet Fitness parking lot. Romantic.
Got Tony with the coffee. Let me tell you, today is really powered by small and local businesses, with the exception of Planet Fitness, where we showered last night and slept overnight. But we got coffee from Steady State Coffee Roasting that we picked up beans from in Carlsbad. Our wedding bands were from Silver Sea Jewelry in downtown Tucson. My dress was from Creations in downtown Tucson. Our wedding venue, this is crazy to say, wedding venue is at like an iconic local business, local hotel in Tucson.
Your bouquet is
Our
probably
bouquet, like everything is sourced from local businesses.
Let me officially welcome you to our wedding, hosted by Hotel Congress, in the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, Tucson, Arizona, but who's keeping score? Elvis is here, the grooms are set. Now it's just time to wait for the brides.
Getting married in Tucson, Arizona. We got a fake Las Vegas by Elvis Presley. And this all happened super last minute.
Let's get ready to welcome the brides.
Here we go.
Dear friends, you know they say romance is dead. Some say that Elvis is dead, but from what I'm looking at, I'm alive and well, and so is romance. I am the king, baby. Elvis in the flesh, here to exchange the wedding vows of these 8 lucky couples. I want you to speak these words now to each other, after me. All right. To have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
From this day, say it like you mean it. This is someone that you get married to the rest of your life. I need to hear you. Some gusto. I don't know if Elvis ever said gusto, but to have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
Enjoy and celebration.
Enjoy and celebration.
In love and understanding.
In love and understanding.
I pledge to you my faith and my devotion.
I pledge you my faith and my devotion.
That's pretty good, Elvis.
Thank you.
Do you both promise to adopt each other's hound dogs? Never wear your blue suede shoes in the rain. Clear those suspicious minds. Always be each other's teddy bears. And always, always give each other a hunka burning love. By the power vested in me, the king, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your beautiful bride.
That was ridiculous.
While this isn't our official wedding, we'll call this a fun practice run.
Viva Las Vegas in Tucson, Arizona.
But it's still such a cool opportunity, we couldn't pass it up.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Tucson, Arizona. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I love it, Chris. Thank you, man.
I hope you guys have had a great time.
Oh, this is amazing. We did not expect any of this. So it's like, yeah.
And after the ceremony, we even got a concert from Elvis himself, aka Chris.
We are gonna get some champagne toasts going. I hope that you're ready for some champagne. Take my hold.
You know, most of what we make from these videos goes right back into travel. But even when we hit a rough patch, it's the unexpected moments like this that always remind us why we love travel.
Welcome to the official center of the world.
Because years from now, this is what we will remember. Not the long drives or stressful days, but getting married by an Elvis impersonator in a hotel that's dressed up as Las Vegas, in the middle of Arizona. It's kind of the perfect send-off for our time in the US. But now, it's time for something new. We've been itching to get back to international travel, and we've barely seen any of Europe. So next time you see us, we'll be in a completely different time zone, a new country, and a new story. Make sure you're subscribed to see where we end up next.
I get to be a part of a very special thing. Wow. You know? Okay, I'm gonna do this.
Never miss a detour.